YouTubers, it's Lisa from A Midlife Less Wasted, and we have got a heat wave in France right now. The government guidelines are to stay indoors with the shutters shut and the curtains closed, try and keep the heat out and try to keep cool. They say don't exercise, keep drinking and eating, but yeah, don't do any exercise. But I couldn't not come out for a walk. It's not quite so hot yet. It's probably low 30s. So I thought I'd make the most of the day, get out for a little walk, give my trail runners a little bit of an airing, and come and do some foraging. So I haven't really done a lot on foraging on my channel yet. But I'm all about not using pharmaceuticals where possible. I like to use natural products. I make a lot of my own products at home, so I don't use the chemical-laden dishwasher tablets, laundry detergent. I make all of that myself. So if you'd like to know how to make that, drop me a comment and I'll do a little video on that. But yeah, rather than using, I think dishwasher tablets alone as 32 chemicals in the popular brands, I use 3. And those same 3 chemicals do pretty much everything. So I'm really not into pharmaceuticals. I think it's a massive rip-off. I think everything that we need comes from nature. I believe that our body heals itself. Flies! Ah. Now is the time to go harvest yarrow, and there's such an abundance of it on the verges right now. Okay, so this is what I want. This is called yarrow, and I'm foraging that today, so I've got one today. I'll forage some yarrow. And I'll tell you all about the good properties for that later. Yarrow, shake your little leaves, dancing in the meadow with the birds and the bees. I don't need a cupboard full of bottles and a bill. I've got a patch of green growing up the hill. So strum that banjo, let that fiddle play. I'm picking my yarrow on a sunny day. A little bit of wild, a little bit of free. That's the kind of medicine that's good for me. I am so happy with this amount. Because this is a life less wasted, I don't want to waste any time. I don't want to waste the yarrow because it's going past its prime. It's just about on peak picking right now. So I've picked a whole bag of it here in my Tesco's bag. Ta-da! I've got a massive bag of yarrow here that I can then sit in the shade later, pick the leaves off, pick the flowers off, dry them in the sunshine, so dry them nice and naturally outside, and then grind them into a powder, which I can then either put into a tea. So I have tea bags that are like a, how would you explain it? Yes, like a tea bag, but you can fill it yourself. Blimey, that was a massive horsefly. Or I can put them into capsules and take them orally like a tablet. And I'll just put these in my storage as they'll last. And in the event that, you know, I can't get hold of any other painkiller, then I can use that. So this is my first foray into using yarrow. I haven't used it before, so I'm interested to harvest it, process it, and next time I have a headache or, you know, anything's hurting or I've got some inflammation, then I can have a bit of yarrow tea and medicate myself using the plants around me. And that means we're not wasting money on pharma products. We're not putting additional chemicals in our body, and it's free. Freebies from the surrounding countryside, and surely that's what all this is about.
Oh, Yarrow, Yarrow, shake your little leaves, dancing in the meadow with the birds and the bees, with your tiny white flowers and your wild country way. You've been making folks smile for many a day. So strum that banjo, let that fiddle fly, watch those little petals waving up high. A little bit of earth, a little bit of cheer, my garden friends are with me all year. Well, I've got my boots muddy, my hands full of green, the happiest herbalist you've ever seen. No diamond ring and no fancy car, just a jar of yarrow and a mason jar.
I'm out harvesting some more yarrow, and I've just found some here. What I wanted to do is to show you the looky-likeys and the real thing. So this is a looky-likey. Hopefully you can see this. So it's got little white clusters, but if you have a look at the leaf here, let me turn this around so you can see it. The leaf is quite large, and actually what I'm looking for is something that looks very similar to this, and here it is. I'm trying not to sting myself on nettles here. So this is the yarrow, and as you can see, it's got little petals on it, but the difference is the ferns. So if you look at these here, they're really tiny little ferns. Actually, they've got bigger ones down there. Yeah. So this is what we're looking for. So I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about why I harvest yarrow. And if you notice, yarrow grows everywhere in abundance, as does things like nettles and dandelions, mushrooms, everything. This is how I make this connection, is anything that grows in nature in abundance, in kind of against all odds, will just grow everywhere, has got to be there for a reason. And because all of those things have multiple benefits, health benefits, I think they're there to support us, but also for the animal kingdom as well. So as they're munching along, if they maybe aren't feeling very well, they would know instinctively which plants will help them. So that's how I kind of look at that. If it's growing in abundance, it's going to be good for me. So yarrow specifically, I'm harvesting as a pain reliever. It has a active compound in it called salicylic acid, which is what they use to make aspirin, I believe. And so that is a fast-acting pain reliever. So by just literally being able to pick the leaves or pick the petals, munch on those if I need to while I'm out and about, if they're available. If not, I've got this powder at home. So that's where I harvest it. It's also, the other reason that I would like to have it is because my husband, at least once a week, has an incident in the garage where there will be blood involved. And the yarrow is also a really good blood clotter. So it's really good for healing wounds very quickly. So you can just put the powder on a compress, put it over the wound once it's clean, and it will start to heal it really, really quickly. So it's another really good health benefit. It's also good for menstrual problems. I mean, not my problem, because that ship has sailed, thank God. But apparently it's very good for menstrual cramps and relieving pain of mastitis. It's good for dental pain. I mean, there's just so many good things that it's useful for. And also, apparently it's a good companion plant. So I'm thinking that I might perhaps plant some in amongst my vegetables. because they will keep pests at bay and pollinators, attract pollinators in. So these are all my reasons why I have yarrow. Really, really easy to harvest, easy to spot when you know what you're looking for, and to avoid the looky-likeys, and very easy to process and very easy to store, and it's a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. Use what nature gave you. Nature is giving me yarrow. The other things it's also good for is bringing down fevers, because it will induce sweating. So it will shorten the life cycle of your cold. Bonus. And if that's not enough bang for your buck, it also seems to reduce anxiety without a sedative effect. It's very good for calming the nervous system. So, I mean, what's not to love? This is a plant that grows abundantly. You can pick between May and July. You can keep it all year if you harvest it correctly. And it's so good for a multiple amount of uses. So if, like me, you don't like using medication or pharma, you'd rather keep things natural, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer to have this. So if you like this content and you'd like to hear more, please drop me a like, drop me a follow, drop me a comment, tell me what you'd like to see next. And thank you for watching.
Strum that banjo, let that fiddle play. I'm picking my yarrow on a sunny day. A little bit of wild, a little bit of free. That's the kind of medicine that's good for